Welcome back to the channel Coins Collector. I am so excited to have you here again because today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and surprising treasures in the world of modern US coins. At first glance it might look like just another dime, the little silver-colored coin that has been in our pockets, purses, and change jars for years. But what if I told you that one very specific dime from 2006, the Roosevelt dime struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the P mint mark, has shocked collectors and investors alike by commanding a staggering current market value of over $43,000. Yes, you heard that right. $43,000 for a coin that most people would pass off without even giving a second thought. Before we reveal why this coin has become such a phenomenon, let's take a step back and appreciate the history that makes the Roosevelt dime so important. The dime in the United States has always been more than just 10 cents. It represents liberty, progress, and the enduring story of the nation. The very word dime comes from the Latin word decimus, meaning tenth, and it has been part of the U.S. currency system since the very beginning. For decades the Mercury dime with its beautiful winged liberty design captured the spirit of freedom, but in 1946 a change was made. The nation chose to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a leader remembered not only for guiding the country through the Great Depression and World War II, but also for his dedication to the March of Dimes and the fight against polio. His portrait was placed on the dime, linking his legacy forever to the smallest circulating coin of the United States. The 2006 dime is part of this continuing Roosevelt series, but it stands out because of how rare pristine examples are and the unique demand from collectors for coins with exceptional qualities, errors, or unusual striking characteristics. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the 2006 P. Roosevelt dime was one of millions struck, but only a handful survive in the highest possible grades. Condition, rarity, and collector demand all come together to transform a coin that could buy a stick of gum into a collectible worth as much as a new luxury car. Think about that for a moment. The dime was meant to circulate as everyday money, used to pay for coffee, snacks, parking meters, and countless little daily purchases. Most people never consider saving a 2006 dime. They spend it, it wears down, and it blends in with billions of others. But under the careful eyes of grading experts and auction bidders, one coin rises above the rest. The perfectly preserved coin, with razor-sharp details, dazzling luster, and not a scratch in sight, suddenly becomes a star of the numismatic world, and now we come to the part that makes collectors' jaws drop. A 2006 P. Roosevelt dime has been recorded at auction with a market value climbing as high as $43,000. That's not a typo. This little piece of modern American coinage, still in circulation today and easy to overlook, has proven itself to be an extraordinary treasure. Imagine going through your change or looking through an old coin jar at home and realizing you are holding a $43,000 fortune right in your hand. That is the magic of coin collecting. So in today's video we are going to explore everything you need to know about this coin. We will talk about the history of the Roosevelt dime and why it was created. We will look at the design details, the mintage numbers, and what makes the Philadelphia Mint coins so important. We will dig into the grading process and explain why only the highest quality examples can reach such unbelievable values. And of course we will uncover the story of how this particular 2006 P dime became one of the most valuable modern dimes on record, selling for that incredible figure of $43,000. Stay tuned because this is not just about a coin, it is about discovery, history, and the thrill of knowing that something so small and ordinary can turn out to be extraordinary. Whether you are a seasoned collector, a beginner just getting into coins, or someone who loves amazing stories of hidden value, you are in for a treat. Grab your coffee, sit back, and let's uncover the amazing story of the 2006 P. Roosevelt dime, the coin of liberty, the dime that could change your pocket change into life-changing money. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and unexpected treasures hiding in plain sight inside United States pocket change. Now when most people think of dimes they picture that tiny 10-cent piece they toss in the change jar or lose between the couch cushions. But what if I told you that there is one special dime that could turn that ordinary little coin into a jaw-dropping $33,000 payday? Yes, you heard that right. A simple 10-cent piece with a face value of only 1 dime from the year 2007 with the P Mint mark from Philadelphia has made headlines among collectors for being valued today at over $33,000 in the numismatic market. That is the kind of story that makes every coin collector excited, and it is the reason why you should check every piece of change you ever get. Because history and fortune sometimes hide in the smallest details, now let's step back and talk about the history of this coin. The dime in America has a very proud and rich tradition. The Roosevelt dime first came into circulation in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was honored on the coin because of his leadership through the Great Depression and World War II, and because of his deep connection to the March of Dimes Foundation, which fought to end polio. That legacy has carried on for decades, and the Roosevelt dime is still the dime in circulation today. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Roosevelt with the word Liberty proudly displayed along with the motto "In God We Trust" and the mint mark showing where it was produced. The reverse side shows the torch of freedom with olive and oak branches representing peace and strength. In 2007, the United States Mint struck millions of these coins at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. To the average person, the 2007 P Roosevelt dime is nothing more than a common coin used every single day in commerce. But among collectors there is a world of difference between an ordinary dime and a rare example in pristine condition. Errors, varieties, and top-graded specimens can command unbelievable prices. That is where this story gets exciting. Certain 2007 P Roosevelt dimes, when discovered in near-flawless mint state condition, especially those with sharp strikes, lustrous surfaces, or unusual die varieties, have been auctioned for prices reaching as high as $33,000. Imagine holding something that most people see as spare change, but in the right circumstances, in the right condition, and in the right collector's hands, that dime can suddenly become worth more than a brand new car, more than years of savings, more than many people's entire monthly income multiplied many times over. That is the magic of coin collecting. In circulation, these dimes, of course, are only worth 10 cents. They pass from hand to hand every single day. But in the collector's market, where rarity, condition, and historical significance play the starring role, the value skyrockets. The exact worth comes down to factors such as whether the coin has never been spent, if it has been graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, if it shows no wear under magnification, and if it carries any unique traits such as doubling, misstrikes, or full torch details. So what makes the 2007 P Roosevelt dime such an exciting hunt for collectors today is not just its history or design, but the thrill that somewhere out there in change drawers, coin rolls, or bank boxes could be a little silver-colored disc that looks like every other dime but in reality is a $33,000 hidden treasure. That is why collectors and treasure hunters search diligently through pocket change and coin rolls, because the reward is real and the stories are legendary, and that is exactly what makes this hobby so fun and so engaging. It blends American history, artistry, and the excitement of hidden wealth all in one. The 2007 P Liberty 1 dime is a shining example of why no coin should ever be ignored. Next time you grab your change from the store, take a close look at those dimes, because you never know when you might be holding a fortune disguised as 10 cents.